The entire event is going to be at the Juniper Hotel, all 3 days. Well, the Friday is going to be at Apple campus. And I know you're going to ask if it's going to be at the Spaceship campus, and I don't have an answer for you.
I know what I'm going to say. Right. So this is...
Hey everyone, welcome to Final Cut Pro Radio TV Live. We have breaking news today about the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. So let me pull up the information I have here. So the dates are going to be November this year instead of October. The dates are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, November 16th, 17th, and 18th. That's a change from last year. That has been confirmed. The other things that have been confirmed are it's going to be at the Juniper Hotel again, which means we get to go to Armadillo Willie's. For those who have been there the last couple years, you know that's the official hangout of the FCPX Creative Summit attendees. We eat over there quite a bit. It's right around the corner. It's walking distance from the Juniper Hotel. So, Apple Day is Friday. I'm not sure if it's going to be the Spaceship campus yet. However, it will be for certain at Apple campus, and we will most likely, once again, get to see the Final Cut Pro team. Get to meet them, talk to them. Now, 2 years ago, we went to the Apple campus and they introduced Final Cut Pro 10.3 the morning before. Last year, they gave us a preview of Final Cut Pro 10.4. So what's that say about this year? Does it mean 10.5? A preview of it? Very likely. Something is going to happen. I presume they're going to show us a new version of Final Cut Pro, whether it's a preview. It'll have new features, I'm sure. Let me just adjust this default view. We got some comments in there. So Friday is going to be at the Apple campus. Typically what happens is people arrive at the Juniper Hotel, check into their rooms, and then Future Media Concepts, who we really want to thank for having this event, hosting this event, has a shuttle bus that goes from the Juniper Hotel to the Apple campus, whether that's the Spaceship campus or the regular campus. And they'll have usually a couple, 2 or 3 bus loads full of Final Cut Pro enthusiasts, and they dump us off at the Apple campus. And then once we all get there, we go into a big room typically and see a presentation from the Final Cut Pro team. That's what's happened in the past couple of years. I expect it to happen again this year. So Friday, Apple Day. Friday the 16th is Apple Day. Friday night is the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit Expo Night. That's where all the vendors get together and they associate with the people that are there for the conferences. And you get to talk firsthand to the vendors. They have food, they have beverages there. You get to mingle. You get to see a lot of people that you've probably seen on the internet and on tutorials at the expo. That'll be Friday night. All day Saturday and all day Sunday, there'll be Final Cut Pro and motion tutorials. The exact events that are going to be happening on those Saturday and Sunday have not been announced yet, but they should be coming out within the next couple of days. You can go to, FCPXCreativeSummit.com. They have the main landing page up there right now, but they don't have the schedule up yet. It will be up shortly. So here's the interesting news that hasn't been announced yet. There will be no advance discounts this year for the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. However, Future Media Concepts has lowered the registration cost. Last year the cost was $1,095 for the 3-day conference. That includes going to Apple Campus, that includes the Expo night, that includes 2 full days of tutorials, conferences, learning sessions at the Juniper Hotel. This year, for new attendees, the cost is $895. If you've been to another Future Media Concepts event, you can still get an alumni discount, an additional $100 off, bringing alumni's cost down to $795. Now, if you want that, you have to email Daniel. His email is daniel@fmctraining.com. That's how you would get the alumni discount. So if you've been there in the last couple of years, I believe if you've been to any Future Media Concepts training, you can get the alumni discount. Once again, email daniel@fmctraining.com. Now, also different this year, attendees will not book their hotels with Future Media Concepts. Instead, Future Media Concepts will have a link on the website for attendees to book at another discount. Last year, the cost of the room per night was $199. This year, it's $149. That's a second discount. $50 cheaper booking a hotel room at the Juniper, which we all like from last year. So what do you guys think? Is that a pretty good deal? The only thing I don't have news on whether it's going to be the Spaceship Campus yet. I don't have that news. So once again, the big news is it's cheaper this year. $895 if you're a new attendee. And if you email Daniel, you can get it for $795, $100 off at being an alumni of Future Media Concepts. I'm sure the same people that have been taught there in the last couple of years, I'm sure Steve Martin, Mark Spencer are going to be there. All the usual suspects will be there. Final Cut Pro Radio TV is going to be there. We will be streaming live different events. I'll probably start Thursday night like I did last year just to let everybody know what's going on. And I will be filming the entire weekend, different events, wherever I can. I'm sure I can't film at the Apple presentation. They don't allow that. But we will be there again starting on Thursday night. So if you want to follow along, follow me, FinalCutProRadio.com, on Twitter at FCPRadio1, the number 1. You can join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/FinalCutProRadio. That's where all this stuff emanates from. That's where I will be having all the information as it streams live. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because when I go live, you'll be notified that I'm live. Richard Taylor TV on YouTube, youtube.com/Richard Taylor TV. So what do you guys think? First off, I want to thank Future Media Concepts, and I think if it's been the same as the last couple of years, we will have LumaForge will also be a sponsor. So one of the best things that happens at the events on Saturday and Sunday is Jeff Greenberg and Abba Shapiro has a tips and tricks show. It's called the Tips Show. I'm going to play you a little clip from that right now. from last year, with Jeff's permission.
In the room. Okay. No. Like, I'm never going to be able to do this again. And this, for me, was the absolute, my favorite tip about this. There's about 4 of you in here who've never used this tool. But I wanted to show you this one thing. Do you remember this thing, this awful thing in the corner that you hit and it made everything giant? And you said, you put it like a Post-it note. And you said, never touch that again. Right? What you needed to know was to right-click here. Right-click right on that. Come on, no, not click on it. Right-click on it. And you were supposed to select none, turning all of it off. And then you were supposed to right-click on it and say, just show the motion bar or the filters bar. And you would instantly see which clips had the motion touch, the filters touch directly on the timeline. It broke my heart, and this will be the last time I ever show that ever again. So that's my opening tip. And I know all my Apple people are ready to kill me about it, but it's okay. I specifically did not upgrade to High Sierra just so I could do that. Abba, what's your tip?
Well, going along the same lines for the 4 people who still are using this, I'm going to show you how to make it much, much faster.
This is a killer tip.
This is killer. It's a keyboard shortcut, and I don't know if you guys know this one. Ready? Command Q. You got it.
Do it. Hit it, because my laptop's a mess. Go ahead, hit it, Command Q.
Do we want to save this?
No.
No. And then open up Final Cut 10.
There you go. That's the preview of the Tips and Trips show from Jeff Greenberg, my friend, and Abba Shapiro. Abba is actually the person that taught me a long time ago, 10, 12 years ago, version 4 or 4.5. He had a class with Future Media down at the Washington Convention Center, and I took his class down there to get certified. So that's the tip show. They'll have that again, I'm sure. Who else? What else they're going to be having should be coming up on FCPX CreativeSummit.com, all one word, sometime shortly. It should be out, I would imagine it's going to be out, updated this week. They have the main landing page stating this is the 4th time they've had the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, number 4. So number 4, maybe we'll get us Final Cut Pro 5. Maybe. We don't know for sure. I'd love to go to the Spaceship campus. I don't know if that's going to happen. So let me run down the news. The dates are November the 16th through the 18th, Friday through Saturday. The summit will again be at the Juniper Hotel, which I really like the Juniper Hotel. It's a very nice hotel with nice conference rooms. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Apple Day is Friday. We're going to go from, if it's typical, from the Juniper Hotel. Shuttle buses will be provided to go to Apple campus on Friday. Pretty much, I think it starts at 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. Not sure. We come back to the hotel, take a little breather, and then we have Expo Night on Friday night where you get to meet vendors. People get to mingle. You get to meet people. You get to talk to people, all Final Cut Pro people. The difference between this event and something like NAB, this is all Final Cut Pro. 100% Final Cut Pro, some motion, of course. This is not Blackmagic cinema cameras and stuff like that, which I enjoy at NAB, but this is Final Cut Pro specific. As Philip Hodgett says, this is the annual Final Cut Pro family reunion, and it just seems like that. There will be no advanced discounts this year. So last year the cost was $1,095 for the 3 days. This year for new attendees the cost is $895. If you're an alumni, you can get an additional $100 off. Email Daniel at fmctraining.com. If you're a Future Media Concepts alumni, if you've been to a Creative Summit in the past, if you've taken one of their classes somewhere else, that qualifies for an additional $100 off, which brings your price down to $795 for 3 days, 2 days of training, 1 day to go to Apple Campus, talk to the Final Cut Pro team. Hopefully we're going to see something new from Final Cut Pro. I don't think they're just going to show us the same presentation that they did already for Final Cut Pro 10.4. Now, whether that's Final Cut Pro 10.5 or Final Cut Pro 10.4.5, don't know, but I'm quite sure, quite confident it will include new features. Also different this year, an additional discount. Last year, you had to get your room as part of the package at the Juniper Hotel. The rooms were $199 per night. This is Cupertino, California, remember. This is not some other place. This is an expensive place. This year, they are not going to book the rooms with the package. However, they will have a link on the website, FCPXCreativeSummit.com, for attendees to book at a discounted rate of $149 per night. So that's 2 discounts you've gotten over the last couple of years. Once again, I want to thank Future Media Concepts for doing this. Final Cut Pro Radio, I will be there again this year. This will be my 3rd year. We'll be streaming live, maybe starting on Thursday night. I'll be streaming in between sessions. I'll be streaming from the lobby, wherever I can. Any breaking news about Final Cut Pro update, I'll stream that. I mean, Apple could have an event on Thursday before, like they did 2 years ago, and introduce a new version of Final Cut or something. We don't know. But they've already introduced a new MacBook Pro, unless they're introducing, oh, that's something else, the new Mac Pro. It would be very cool if Apple gave us a preview of the Mac Pro. That would be very exciting. That's what I'm waiting for before I do my next major hardware purchase. So that would be something else that could happen. They could show us a preview of it at the Apple campus. That would be amazing. Do you have any questions? Go ahead and recite them in the chat. The only question I can't answer right now is if it's going to be at the Spaceship campus. I hope it is. I'd love to see the Spaceship campus. I'm sure many of you would as well. So, that's it. If there's no more questions, I'm going to head out of here in a minute or two. Once again, FCPX Creative Summit. That's where the information is. They don't have it updated yet. They have a landing page, so keep checking back there to order your tickets, to get the live link for the Juniper Hotel. And all the other cool things that will be happening. They will have an agenda there for Saturday and Sunday, telling you who's going to be training and what subject matters. Jeff Greenberg, when I have him on the Final Cut Pro radio show, says his job is to make it difficult for you to decide which session to attend. So typically they have 3 rooms. They have A, B, and C, or they have an A, B, and they have another room outside. And all day long, Saturday and Sunday, there's competition to what you go to see. There's not just one track. There's 3 tracks typically. You have to decide which one of those tracks you want to go see. Whether you want to go see Steve Martin, whether you want to go see Phil Hodgetts, whether you want to go see Mark Spencer. Sometimes they're all happening at the same time. Jeff Greenberg and his tip show, that's a lot of times I think is on Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken. That's usually when that happens. But I think maybe last week, I don't remember what happened last year, Saturday night. And then Saturday night, I'm not sure what's happening Saturday night. There'll be some kind of an organized get-together. If nothing else, we can all go out to dinner, which we do. Armadillo Willie's is our favorite place so far, which is you just walk out the Juniper Hotel and around the corner, and Armadillo Willie's is right there. It's a barbecue place. They should actually have a table there for us. By this is the 3rd year we've been there. If you have any more questions, that'll be it for this year. $8.95 for newbies, $7.95 if you've ever attended a Future Media Concepts event before. You're an alumni. Email Daniel at fmctraining.com and go to their website, FCPX Creative Summit, that's all one word, .com. If you want to be notified when I go live, follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/Richard Taylor TV. You can also follow that on Twitter at Richard Taylor TV, at FCP Radio 1, fcpradio.com, and our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Final Cut Pro Radio. I think that's going to be it for right now, unless you have any questions. I'm glad you all had a chance to join in. I'm glad I had a chance to tell you about this breaking news for the FCPX Creative Summit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I will see you all next time.